And now the sun is out. A little gray up over there yet. Took the 84 for a drive. We'll call this an update video, end of the day. Took the 84 for a little drive, got the heat shield on, and the fuel wasn't boiling. Yeah, it's not too bad up over there. Looks a little worse on the screen than it is in person, but tried to get the GoPro Hero 3 going, but it wouldn't start. I don't know what's going on with that, so I stuck a mount on the side and put the replay on there on the side of the mirror, so hopefully that'll turn out halfway decent. But it's locked up. I won't pop the hood, but old Cledus has been having an issue. Couldn't get him to start without putting a jumper on the battery. So today I tinkered with it a bit. Justin came over yesterday and I was going to start it. I know that battery that's in this thing is good right now. Grab something out to show you all later here in a sec. Because this is the battery I bought for the Oldsmobile. It's got a couple of years on it now, but it's still good. I keep it charged up. It's kind of a good backup battery to have. But, you know, I'd fire the truck up. The battery was at 12.2 volts. And then she would charge at like 12.3. So that's not right. So I couldn't really drive it because I don't have a working park and brake. So I'd have to start it, back it up, put it in first gear, pull my chock, fire up the motor again, then I could drive it away. Because I wanted to take it for a rip around the neighborhood today before I start getting serious about the wiring. But she just wasn't going. So I started digging around. I did that ground there because it was a little crusty. So I took that apart and cleaned it all up. I didn't clean the posts or anything, but I should have. I was thinking of going down to the starter, but that's a fairly new cable on there, it looks like. Not too bad. But then I found on the back of the alternator. Yes, this is an alternator, not a generator on this truck. The feed wire. Here's the connection for that. You seeing that right at the base there? Only got a couple of strands. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 strands on that wire. So that was my problem right there. So we took it apart and clipped it, put a new connection on the end, cleaned all the contacts inside there. Holy cow, wouldn't you know, I'm charging at 14 volts again. Took it for a rip around the neighborhood. I didn't film any of it, but I'll close the, well, probably turn the battery on here. I'm going to get you all set up over here so that you may enjoy the wonders that are my small block Chevy powered 63 1-ton rumbling to life. So here we go. Runner again. Woohoo! Get you off the tripod here. Like I said, I took it for a rip around the neighborhood a couple of times. Go through the gears, reclaim tires. My right front's got a leak in it, which I think don't remember. That may have been the left front when I bought the truck. So that one was flat. So this one's got a slow leak in it, but it needs to be replaced anyway. So yeah, we're slowly making some progress. There were actually a bunch of these out at the Good Guys car show yesterday, and there was one that had a nice, well, he had an all aluminum filler plate in here, and I think he went across the bottom here too, but this one's going to be neat. This one's going to be neat. How about a tack? Hopefully it'll work. I don't see a name brand on it, but now I can put it right here. Well, that's, I'll get, well, hold on a sec here. There we go. That would be my view. Actually up a little bit more so I'd be able to see the speedometer sweeping around. But cover my little bow tie right in the middle there, and I kind of like that. It's a neat little touch. I think I need to redo my speedometer anyway because it's a little rusty on the face in there, but and it's not very accurate. So I could put it off to the side. This is not really an adjustable face that I know of because it's got the switch on the back. Maybe it'll rotate around, but I can put it up over here. I'll mount it something like that. I can put it up over here, which, that would look kind of cool. Kind of add some more interest to what's going on there. Or I could even put it down below and next to my other gauges. I'm kind of thinking right up on top here. I don't know if I want to do it right on top of the gauge cluster. I could do it right in the middle. So I'm not going to see anything. I'm just be looking at up my view right there. So I'll just be looking out over the hood, but maybe off to the side. I could have got a smaller one, and I may not use this one either. I think I spent $10 for it. But that'd probably be a good spot. I don't really want to drill into the dash though. I bet you that is adjustable because that's crooked. So that housing probably comes out and you can adjust the whole thing. There's a screw on the back, but I'm just letting the truck warm up now. Or not warm up, charge the battery. So yeah, that's what we got. Got another set of horns. Cadillac horns, just like we put on the 84. These are a little crustier, hopefully they work. They should. Haven't tried them yet. One of these days I will. There's my old temperature gauge. But I guess technically I could reuse this one and just get my oil pressure and my voltmeter gauge. Although that really wouldn't quite work, but yeah, it is what it is. It's pretty crusty right along there, isn't it? I was actually surprised. There's a lot of these out there, and boy, this one actually looked better than some of them. But yeah, he's a runner still. Surprised how well this thing drives. It's pretty nice running it down the road. Just taking it through the neighborhood here. So Kevin and I were looking at 327s. I think I already mentioned this, but that little pad right down there is where the casting numbers are supposed to be stamped in. Mine is blank. We looked at all the 327s out there. So I got no idea what this block is. but it runs. I'm eyeballing getting another trim ring. Have to buy a set. It'll be brand new, but wouldn't mind finding one that's a little patinaed. But I'm going to pull this grill off too and respray it. So I guess a new set of trim rings isn't going to be the end of the world. I'll probably do the Chevrolet in red. Hand paint that. As you can see, the paint's really flaking off. Used to be a white grill. I'll have to clean all that up. Might even do the numbers in red there too. Clean the old badge up. But yeah, I was going to mess around with the Blazer today, but never really got to it. End of the day now, and we got that one fixed hopefully to where it's running reliably again. This thing, I did take that for about a 20-30 minute cruise, so I beat on it a little bit, and she didn't boil the fuel, although it's a cooler day. This thing, took it for a rip around the neighborhood. My K&N filter. I ordered a K&N filter for this truck. Now they've been trying to get it for me through AutoZone. And the one guy has just been hoping that they'll restock it on the shelf. And I talked to another dude up there, and he says, hey, they don't stock those anymore. You have to order them through a supplier. This one's oil saturated. When I sprayed this air cleaner, that whole bottom was full of oil. Let's see me down now, so I think we're okay. But it's an E1230, which is the direct replacement for this frame. I was thinking of doing a new air cleaner and all that stuff, but nah, just stick with this one. It works. It's not a performance motor, so it gets the job done. But I did respray it all in black. I do want to find a 327 badge or something to put on there, assuming that's what this motor is. So they ordered me a K&N filter, and they had it overnighted. I had to trim that stud off. It was really tall, but I need to take another ½ inch off of that yet. But so they ordered me one. They overnighted it, or a couple of days, whatever it was, 2-day freight. It showed up. I grabbed my receipt to go get it, and I just happened to read the receipt, and it said it was for an E1070 part number. Okay, that's the wrong part number. How did they get that? Because the little tag that was hanging on their computer, which was still there, had the correct part number. So how the guy did the translation, I don't know. He wasn't one of the regulars there. So I went back up, talked to one of the regulars, took that filter in. We did a side-by-side comparison, and he says, yeah, that's the wrong filter. So I left that one there, and we've got the correct one on order. It should be here Tuesday. So that'll get me a cleanable, reusable filter. So if I do have oiling issues or blow-by issues, I can clean the filter out and reuse it instead of just buying new paper filters all the time. But not that I'm going to be running the wheels off this truck yet. So, but it's good to know that I figured out what little issue that had. So see, it does run, Justin. So I got to get the video for fixing the red truck up. Throw this up. I got the rainy drive video. Had a really good downpour just a couple miles from here. Never had anything here. It's still bone dry, so. But the day is ending. Got some good pictures of the mountains with the rain coming down on them, and we'll see how those turn out with this camera. And today's our last rainy day, and then we start warming up again, back into the upper 80s, low 90s for the foreseeable future. Next weekend's supposed to be pretty warm, it sounds like 90-ish. So I don't know what's going on. Wouldn't mind finding another car show next weekend. Got some more of the good guys footage to put together. Still got all that aviation footage to put together for you. I finally got all the tank stuff up. I need to tighten a couple of these nuts on these sideboards. But yeah, so we got footage to put together for you, and stuff that's several months old now. But we're getting through it slowly. Maybe it'll save me something for the wintertime too, when there's not a whole lot going on. Well, this thing's just growing like crazy. Look at all those new shoots on it. I trimmed that in the spring. I need to go back through this fall and cut it way back. And there were quite a few Oldsmobiles. No Cutlass Supremes. There were a couple of convertibles. One Vista Cruiser of this vintage. I remember one Fastback, one Cutlass S, red. My aunt just sent me a picture of it too. She was there today. Her brother has got a really nice 36, 37 Dodge truck. I didn't get any pictures of it this year. I thought I did. I didn't. So, John, if you're watching, sorry. I know I got it last